Hi everyone, my name is Ryan, and today we're talking about something incredibly important, your heart health. A heart attack is a life-threatening medical emergency, but what many people don't realize is that your body often sends warning signals long before the event itself. These aren't always the dramatic, movie-style, chest-clutching moments we imagine. In fact, some can be quite subtle. In this video, we're going to explore 10 warning signs of a pending heart attack, which may occur days or even weeks before a major event. Understanding these signs is not just about knowledge, it's about empowerment. It's about giving you the ability to listen to your body and act decisively when it matters most. Recognizing these symptoms early can be the difference between life and death. When a heart attack occurs, a part of the heart muscle starts to die because it's not getting enough oxygen-rich blood. The longer you wait to get help, the more damage is done. But if you can spot these early indicators, you can seek medical attention before the situation becomes critical. This proactive approach can lead to better outcomes, less damage to the heart muscle, and a significantly higher chance of a full recovery. It's about being your own best health advocate. Throughout this video, I want you to think about your own body and the signals it might be sending you. Don't dismiss that unusual fatigue or that strange ache as just a part of getting older or being stressed. We're going to break down each sign, explain what it feels like, and why it's happening. My goal is to equip you with the information you need to protect yourself and the people you love. So let's get started and learn how to listen to what our hearts are trying to tell us. The first and most classic sign of a heart attack is chest discomfort. Now, it's crucial to understand that this doesn't always feel like a sharp, stabbing pain. Many people describe it as a feeling of intense pressure, like an elephant is sitting on their chest. It can also feel like a squeezing, a fullness, or a persistent aching sensation. This discomfort is typically located in the center or on the left side of the chest. It's a signal that your heart muscle isn't getting the oxygen it needs, a condition known as ischemia. This is the hallmark symptom that most people associate with a heart attack, and for good reason, it's the most common one. Another key characteristic of this symptom is its pattern. The discomfort might last for more than a few minutes, or it may be intermittent, meaning it goes away and then comes back. You might notice it during physical activity, but it can also occur when you're completely at rest. Don't make the mistake of dismissing it as simple heartburn or a pulled muscle. If you experience a new or unexplained chest sensation that feels heavy, tight, or painful and persists, it's a serious red flag. Your body is sending a direct and urgent message that something is wrong with your heart's blood supply, and it needs immediate attention. The second warning sign is shortness of breath, medically known as dyspnea. This can be a very frightening experience. You might feel like you can't get enough air in, no matter how deeply you try to breathe. What makes this a particularly important sign is that it can happen with or without any accompanying chest discomfort. You could be sitting on your couch watching television, not exerting yourself at all, and suddenly feel breathless. This is a sign that your heart is struggling to pump blood effectively, which causes blood to back up in the veins that go from the lungs to the heart. This fluid backup in the lungs makes it difficult for you to breathe, and it's a direct consequence of your heart's compromised function. You might also notice it during activities that were previously easy for you, like walking up a flight of stairs or carrying groceries. If you suddenly find yourself winded from minimal effort, it's a significant indicator that your cardiovascular system is under stress. Pay close attention to this symptom. It's not just about being out of shape. A sudden and unexplained shortness of breath is your respiratory system signaling a potential crisis in your heart. The third sign is one that is often overlooked, especially by busy people: profound and unusual fatigue. This isn't just the feeling of being tired after a long day or a poor night's sleep. We're talking about an overwhelming sense of exhaustion or weakness that feels completely debilitating. You might feel too tired to do simple daily tasks like making the bed or taking a shower. This kind of fatigue can appear suddenly and isn't relieved by rest. It happens because the heart is working much harder to pump blood, diverting it away from muscles and other non-essential tissues to protect the brain and the heart itself. This symptom is particularly common in women and can begin days or even weeks before a heart attack occurs. It's a subtle but persistent warning that your body is in a state of distress. Imagine feeling as if you've just run a marathon when all you've done is walk to the mailbox. That's the level of exhaustion we're describing. If you experience a sudden drop in your energy levels that you cannot explain by lack of sleep, illness, or mental exertion, please consider it a serious signal from your body. Your heart is struggling, and this profound fatigue is a direct result of that struggle. While chest pain is the most well-known symptom, it's critical to understand that the discomfort from a heart attack can radiate, or spread, to other parts of your body. This is known as referred pain. The nerves from your heart are connected to the same spinal cord segments as nerves from other areas, and your brain can get confused about the true source of the pain signal. This is why you might feel discomfort in your shoulders, your arms, your back, your neck, your jaw, or even your upper stomach area. This pain can manifest in different ways. It might be a dull ache in your shoulders or a sharp pain radiating down your left arm, which is a very common sign. However, the pain can also occur in the right arm or both arms. You might feel a tightness in your jaw that you mistake for a dental problem, or a persistent ache between your shoulder blades. Some people describe a burning sensation in their upper abdomen, similar to indigestion. If you're experiencing pain in any of these areas, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms on our list, don't ignore it. It could be your heart's way of screaming for help. Feeling suddenly lightheaded or dizzy is our fifth warning sign. You might feel like the room is spinning, or you might have a sensation that you're about to faint or pass out. This symptom occurs because your heart isn't pumping enough blood to your brain. A drop in blood pressure or a disruption in your heart's rhythm, both of which can happen during a cardiac event, can lead to this reduced blood flow. Your brain is incredibly sensitive to any lack of oxygen and fuel, and dizziness is one of its first alarms. This feeling of faintness can be quite sudden and disorienting. It might happen on its own, or it could be accompanied by other symptoms like chest discomfort or a wave of nausea. If you stand up and feel unusually dizzy, or if you feel faint while simply sitting or lying down, your body is sending a clear signal that something is amiss with your circulation. Don't just brush it off as dehydration or getting up too quickly. A sudden unexplained episode of lightheadedness or near fainting is a serious medical symptom that warrants immediate attention, as it could be directly linked to a problem with your heart. The sixth sign is breaking out in a cold sweat for no apparent reason. Imagine feeling clammy and sweaty, but your skin is cool to the touch. This isn't the same as sweating from exercise or from being in a hot room. This is your body's fight or flight response kicking into high gear. When your heart is under stress, it activates the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for preparing your body for a perceived threat. This activation causes your blood vessels to constrict and your sweat glands to go into overdrive. This symptom is often reported by individuals right before or during a heart attack. It can be very jarring to suddenly be drenched in a cold, clammy sweat when you're not physically exerting yourself or feeling anxious about anything specific. It can happen at any time of day or night. If you find yourself suddenly covered in a cold sweat, and it's accompanied by any of the other signs we've discussed, such as chest pain, shortness of breath, or dizziness, it's a very strong indicator of a cardiac emergency. It's your nervous system's response to the physiological crisis your heart is experiencing. Our seventh warning sign is nausea, indigestion, or even vomiting. This is another one of those symptoms that can be easily mistaken for something less serious, like food poisoning or a stomach bug. However, it can be a direct sign of a heart attack. This happens because the nerves in your gastrointestinal tract are closely intertwined with the nerves from your heart. When the heart is in distress, it can send signals that irritate the stomach, leading to feelings of nausea or the urge to vomit. This symptom is reported more frequently by women, but honestly, it can happen to anyone. The pain from an inferior wall heart attack, which affects the bottom part of the heart muscle, is often felt in the upper abdomen and can be mistaken for severe heartburn or indigestion. If you have sudden severe nausea that doesn't seem to be related to anything you ate, and especially if it's paired with other symptoms like shortness of breath, a cold sweat, or chest discomfort, you must consider the possibility of a heart attack. Your digestive system might be reacting to the crisis unfolding in your chest. Coming in at number 8 are sleep disturbances. This is a subtle but significant prodromal symptom, meaning it can occur in the days or weeks leading up to a heart attack. You might find yourself having unusual difficulty falling asleep, or you might wake up frequently throughout the night. One specific type of sleep disturbance to watch for is waking up suddenly feeling short of breath, a condition called paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea. This forces you to sit up or stand up to catch your breath. These sleep issues can be caused by several factors related to a failing heart. It could be due to chest discomfort that is more noticeable when you're lying down and still. It could also be linked to underlying anxiety or a feeling of unease that your body is experiencing, even if you're not consciously aware of the cause. Waking up gasping for air is a sign of fluid buildup in the lungs, which worsens when you're lying flat. If your sleep patterns change dramatically without a clear reason, or if you're experiencing these specific types of disruptions, it's another piece of the puzzle that could point to an underlying heart problem. The ninth sign is a powerful psychological one, a sudden overwhelming feeling of anxiety or a sense of impending doom. This isn't just everyday worry or stress. People who have experienced this describe it as an intense and unexplainable feeling that something terrible is about to happen. It can come out of the blue without any external trigger to cause it. This feeling of dread is believed to be a primal, psychological response from your body, a visceral sense that you are in mortal danger. Your brain is sensing the physiological distress signals from your heart, the lack of oxygen, the erratic rhythm, and translating them into a raw emotion of fear and anxiety. It's a panic attack-like feeling that can be accompanied by a racing heart, which you might mistake as the cause of the anxiety rather than a symptom of the heart attack itself. If you experience a sudden and profound sense of doom that you can't shake, especially if it occurs alongside any other physical symptoms on this list, take it very seriously. It could be your mind's most desperate attempt to warn you of a physical crisis. Our final warning sign is swelling in your lower extremities, a condition known as peripheral edema. You might notice that your shoes feel tighter than usual, or you can see visible puffiness in your legs, ankles, or feet. This swelling occurs when your heart isn't pumping blood with enough force. When the heart's pumping action is weakened, blood flow slows down and backs up in the veins. This pressure causes fluid to leak out of your blood vessels and into the surrounding tissues, where it accumulates. Gravity naturally pulls this excess fluid down to the lowest parts of your body, which is why the swelling is most noticeable in your legs and feet. This is a classic sign of congestive heart failure, a condition where the heart can't keep up with its workload, and it can be a precursor to a heart attack. If you press a finger into the swollen area, and it leaves an indentation that remains for a few seconds, that's a telltale sign of this type of edema. Unexplained swelling, especially if it's new or worsening, is a clear indication that your circulatory system is struggling and requires medical evaluation. So there you have it, 10 critical warning signs of a pending heart attack. From the classic chest pain to more subtle clues like fatigue and anxiety, your body has many ways of telling you that it needs help. I want to add an important note. Symptoms can vary significantly by age, gender, and individual health status. We know that women, for example, often experience more subtle or atypical symptoms. They might be more likely to report extreme fatigue, shortness of breath, jaw pain, or nausea, rather than the crushing chest pain that is more common in men. It's vital to be aware of this full spectrum of signs. The key takeaway from all of this is not to be afraid, but to be prepared. Knowledge is your power. If you or someone you are with begins experiencing several of these signs, especially if they are new, severe, or persistent, you must seek emergency medical help immediately. Do not try to wait it out or drive yourself to the hospital. Call 911 or your local emergency number right away. Emergency medical personnel can begin treatment the moment they arrive, which is critical for preserving heart muscle. Remember, when it comes to a heart attack, every single second counts. Early intervention saves lives and dramatically improves the chances of a full recovery. By learning these signs, you're not just protecting yourself, you're becoming a potential lifesaver for your family, friends, and community. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with the people you care about. Stay safe and be well.